Marvel Studios. Safe to say it's been a bit strange over the last couple years, with so much content coming out, both in terms of theatrical releases, in terms of Disney Plus releases, TV shows, movies, spin-offs, everything. There is so much coming into us at the moment, so much content to absorb, that even massive nerds like myself are unable to keep up. But there are many different plot points that Marvel just realistically have hinted or have directly confirmed, and I don't think we're going to be seeing for quite a while. So in today's video, we are going to be looking at 10 Marvel plot points, which we are all asking, where are they? What's happening with them? And when are we going to be seeing an update? Hi, my name is Luis. I'm a filmmaker specializing in animation, and I am a massive fan of all things Disney, parks, animation, just films in general. And here on the channel, we cover all of those different things with videos coming out every single Sunday. So if you do like this sort of content, if you want to check out some of my extra videos on the channel, then please hit that like and subscribe button. We have a goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. So please help us get to that new goal. And hopefully, if you guys are watching this video beyond 2024, we have hit that, and there'll be many other videos on the channel ever since. And maybe even by the time you're watching this video, some of these might actually be announced. There's a list of them. Okay, number one, probably one of the most wasted concepts in the entire of the MCU thus far. Of course, we're going all the way back to Spider-Man Homecoming, this time looking at the Vulture. Now, it was highly rumoured, and to be honest, pretty much confirmed that the Vulture would be returning into the Spider-Man with Tom Holland, I mean, the MCU version of Spider-Man. He would be returning into that universe. However, somehow, he appeared in the Sonyverse. So I'm not really sure how that's going to pan out.
Thanks for meeting me, Doc. I've been reading about you.
I'm listening.
I'm not sure how I got here. Has to do with Spider-Man, I think. I'm still figuring this place out, but I think a bunch of guys like us should team up. Could do some good.
Intriguing.
Of course, Michael Keaton is not as young as he looks, so there's probably only so much time that he's got left to reprise this role, especially it being such a toxic one. But of course, with the Vulture being a major villain inside the Spider-Man universe, there was high rumours for that to be the Sinister Six. Now, we did see a version, kind of the Sinister Six, but it was never officially called that in No Way Home, which of course was made up of Doc Ock, who ended up being a good guy anyway, Jamie Foxx as Electro, Rhys Ifans as the Lizard, Willem Dafoe coming back as the Green Goblin, and of course, Sandman. But with other characters like Mysterio, who is a part of the Sinister Six, already being used and defeated, supposedly, it leaves us to wonder who is going to join Vulture in this new version of the Sinister Six. And that leaves us with McGregor, of course better known as the Scorpion. These two meet at the end of the Homecoming film, when Vulture is thrown into jail, and by the looks of this post-credit scene, it kind of hints the fact that Marvel was originally going to go down the thought path of Vulture returning and teaming up with the Scorpion to create the Sinister Six, which, as we know, we keep being teased and never getting. Of course, we saw that in the post-credit scene for Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man 2, but again, the third film for that got cancelled, so we never saw it. Petition for that to come back because Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. So, yeah. Number two, what on earth is happening with the Kang dynasty? As we know, Jonathan Majors has now been sacked by Marvel due to all the allegations that happened just over last year. We did last see him in Loki. However, we did see the Council of Kangs. And of course, with Jonathan Majors now not being in the film, and with the Kang character being somewhat easily defeated in Quantumania, will we see the return of him in any way, shape or form? Of course, as we know, the Kang dynasty film has now been replaced with Doom, with weirdly Robert Downey Jr. coming to play Doctor Doom. We'll see how that goes. But along with that, like, there's so many things that link to Kang that we're just not going to get answered. The bangles, the energy that comes from the bangles, is that going to be linked back to Doom? Because that was originally how it was going to be with Kang. And in that, in general, Shang Chi 2, like, this has been a hugely rumoured film. It's been a confirmed film that's coming. But again, even with San Diego Comic-Con D23 this year, Marvel for some reason just have not given us much at all. So where are we going to be seeing this? Are we going to be seeing the return of Miss Marvel and the bangles? Are we going to be seeing the bangles that we see in Shang-Chi? Of course, we now do have Shang-Chi's sister as the Ten Rings leader. So much unanswered plot point and stuff to go into in that point. The third one, not that I really am screaming for a sequel here, but the Eternals. What is happening with them? Will they be showing up in Secret Wars? Like, what's going on? Or Avengers Doomsday? And Harry Styles. Like, are you coming back, dude? What's going on? Of course, Harry Styles playing a major character here. He was cameoed as Eros, the brother of Thanos. So, is that going to get explored? And speaking of Eternals and unexplored plot points, of course, that brings us on to number 4. Blade. We literally saw the Blade sword ready, setting up Mahershala Ali to come in and play Blade. However, we did, of course, see Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade this year in Deadpool & Wolverine. However, my theory on why this film hasn't been made yet is because Mahershala Ali was supposed to be playing Blade. However, Wesley Snipes had something else to say about that. He says a line in Deadpool & Wolverine, which has stuck with me ever since I watched it, which was, there's only one Blade, and there will only ever be one Blade.
There's only been one Blade.
Which makes me think they're either not making this film, and that's confirmed there, or they are very, very close to announcing that Mahershala Ali won't be playing Blade, but instead Wesley Snipes will be coming out of retirement and again reprising that role. Because we do not know what happened to Blade at the end of Deadpool & Wolverine. Of course, we do know that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, Logan, has been spared. We do know that X-23 has been spared. And by the looks of it, from some rather fun footage of Gambit, we do know that Channing Tatum's Gambit has also been spared. So that begs the question, Elektra, is she going to be coming back in the Daredevil series? Who knows? Is she just going to be not really spoken about again? Again, who knows? Are we going to be seeing the return of Wesley Snipes as Blade? I think yes, and I think it's a matter of time before we see an announcement for that, maybe at New York Comic Con this year. Number 5, Doctor Strange 3. Now, multiverse of craziness was a bit strange, to say the least, pun intended. But like, what's going on? Like, are we going to continue this storyline of him with the third eye? Like, does he have to open it? Can he not just keep it closed? Is he tired? Like, who is the next big three? Like, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, they were rumoured to be the next sort of leaders of the Avenger. But we've had no, like, confirmation whatsoever that that's even going to be a possibility. Of course, we didn't even see Wong, really, in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So, what's going on? He's been taken into Dormammu dimension by his lady girl, his lady friend. So, we need to see an announcement of Doctor Strange 3. What's happening? Because, of course, this was directly impacting and leading into the fact that we will be seeing a return of Doctor Strange. Speaking of leading into directly saying they will return, where's Moonknight Season 2? Probably one of the best Marvel TV shows to have been created. A brand new character, which many people didn't know, but he's freaking awesome. It's been highly rumoured that the Midnight Suns is going to get announced, of course, Moon Knight being a member of the Midnight Suns. And Oscar Isaac played a fantastic version of Moon Knight. It has been heavily rumoured that there will be a return of Moon Knight, and the end of the TV show literally set that up. Of course, who is Jake Lockley? Who knows? There's a third person involved in the whole of the Moon Knight franchise, except hopefully this time we see a little bit more action, because it was very famously known that the director of Moon Knight didn't like fight scenes, yet he's directing a freaking Marvel film, which is why he would black out and then just wake up and everyone's dead. Hopefully we see a new season, because I personally loved Moon Knight. Now, it pains me to say there's even going to be one of these, but Thor 5, what's happening, dude? Thor 4 was not received as correctly as Marvel had hoped. However, I still think it's a fun film. It just didn't take itself very seriously. It tried to be Ragnarok, which was fantastic, but instead of being funny, it tried to be too funny, and that way people didn't connect with it correctly. So what is going on with that? Of course, we do see the fact that Thor has now adopted Gorr's daughter, which is played by Chris Hemsworth's actual daughter in real life. So is that storyline going to be explained in any way, shape or form? Or is that just going to be like an off-screen relationship which never gets mentioned again? On top of that, we then also have Hercules. Of course, played by the brother from Ted Lasso. He's a very hairy man. Like, what's going on with this? Is this going to be... Are we going to see Hercules as a villain? Or are they going to team up? Like, is Hercules going to come and be in Doomsday Secret Wars? Is he going to be an established character? Because at the moment, it's just set up the fact that it's going to happen, but with no update thus far. And it's been just over 2 years now, so we shall see. Speaking of children and things like that as well, number 7 then brings us on to the Black Panther series. Of course, Wakanda Forever was absolutely brilliant. A fantastic way of respecting Chadwick Boseman's passing and passing on the next mantle. However, of course, that wasn't Marvel's original plans when casting a Black Panther character. They wanted to explore that storyline. And by the looks of it, they are immediately taking away the fact that Shuri is now the Black Panther and trying to pass on the mantle to someone else called T'Challa. Because we do see that T'Challa's son had been born before the king had passed away. So what are they going to do? Are they going to recast? Are they going to age him up? Are they just going to wait? Like, what's going on? Because, of course, he is the future king of Wakanda. Shuri now being the Black Panther, is she just going to give up that mantle and give it to him? Who knows? She's going to train him? What's going on? Maybe we'll see that in the new animated Allies of Wakanda show that's coming out. But, again, dead ends, guys. What's going on? Number 9, Ant-Man 4. Like, again, something that was really, really heavily hinted. Ant-Man, a huge character in the Avengers. And of course, we've not got a super long time until Doomsday and Secret Wars starts to take place. So we need to tie up these loose ends. We need to find out where Doctor Strange is and what's going on with him. How is he going to come back to the Avengers? We need to find out what's happening with Scott Lang. There was heavy rumours that he is now in an alternate version of planet Earth. So Is that going to be a plot point that we're going to go into? Again, the Stadium of Kangs, like what's going on? And then number 10, potentially the biggest, wackiest what on earth is going on, is of course Monica Rambeau currently stuck in another dimension. Need I say more? Now, the Marvels didn't really do as well as Marvel had hoped, so I'm not sure it's necessarily worth doing a third version of this film. Whether they're going to do it anyway, I don't know. I personally didn't mind the film. However, it did bring in the X-Men into the MCU. So is this going to be confirmed as being the same universe as Deadpool Wolverine? And Monica Rambeau meets those guys and they make it back to the MCU, which is how, of course, we then see Deadpool in Secret Wars when he's crying in Thor's arms. Speaking of that, to be fair, that in itself is number 11 on this list. Not that there isn't 11th. There's questions. Like, how is she going to get back? What is going to happen next? Like, how is that going to work? Not to mention, why do we keep casting Monica Rambeau's mum in different things? Why is Maria Rambeau coming back again and again and again and again? We saw her in Captain Marvel. Cool. We then saw Maria Rambeau return in Multiverse of Madness as a member of the Illuminati. Why? Don't know. But this time as a version of Captain Marvel. So that's two different versions of the character we've seen thus far. And then, of course, in the Marvels this year, we then saw a third version of her playing an X-Man. Why? Again, another version of the same actress. I mean, the actress is getting bank. But explain this. Why are you using her so much? And are we actually going to develop it properly? But there we have it, a slightly more ranty video today. 10 things that Marvel really need to address before the opening of Secret Wars and Doomsday. Or Doomsday Secret Wars even. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section down below, which Marvel plot point are you most excited to be answered? Or are there any other ones that I've missed off this list? Let's start a comment section down below. Let's start a little conversation. If you do like this sort of content, please leave a like and subscribe. We do content like this every single Sunday. And of course, we are trying to get that goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.